Hi. Welcome back to It's Loud in Here. It has been over a month now. I wasn't sure I was going to do this today, but then I went and I got my hair done because, well, they have all these names for it now, like ombre and, hi, bud, balayage. But for me, because I was born in 1981, it's just called roots. And so I needed my roots done. And so here I am with the one of 2 days a year tops where I have a blowout and I look fancy. And I don't think I've shown you guys this. So now you've seen all of my hair. So now all of the different, I don't know if I did this the last time I got it done in April, but all the different layers of Kirsten are done. This is it. So this is all of them. So it is November. It's November 10th now. And it was October 3rd the last time I did this. So a lot has happened because a lot happens every single day. I have played a ton of softball. All of my leagues will be done this coming Saturday. It's the end of a year of softball, and I'm sad and I'm excited and I'm tired and I could use the break. And I thought I was going to be done with comedy. I had this 2 week period where I had like 4 shows. I had um Big J Okerson, who was phenomenal, and Mark Normand and Adam Ray and Steph Tolev. And I mean, electric, right? All of these shows. But it was all in 2 weeks. I was like, this is bananas. I don't need this many tickets. I've got a problem with dopamine. Because the week before Big J, it was Dave Attell and Whitney Cummings. Nope. It was a couple weeks before that. A week before Big J was Whitney Cummings, and a couple weeks before that was Dave Attell and Fortune Feimster. And I was like, it's fine. I can do this. I can do all this. I can do this. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. And well, after that 4 shows in 2 weeks, I realized I was stupid. And I did not, in fact, stop buying tickets. And so I had a show last weekend, like Saturday, Zhao Ying Summers. It was all right. It wasn't the best I've seen. She is funny. It was not the best I've seen, and that's fine. I have a show not this weekend because it's the tournament for the end of the softball, but then the next weekend is Joe List, and then the weekend after that is Ian Fidance. And then on the way to Zhao Ying, like that morning, I bought tickets to see Chris Stefano, and then on the way there, I bought tickets to somebody else. And then at the show, I bought tickets to go see Steve Hofstetter and Michael Rappaport. And so I've got issues. And then one morning I bought pit tickets to see Jim Jeffries in June. So, I just can't stop buying tickets. So, I mean, I love comedy. And I was thinking about it today because that's a dress on that dresser. And then there's the start of a dirty pile of clothes right there on the machine I never use. And that's my Halloween costume. I was a cheerleader. I played softball as a cheerleader. The only time in my life I've been a cheerleader. You see this? This is me fighting. You know what? Every time I find a pedicurist, I like they become my eyebrow waxer. And then the last time I changed, I just stopped getting my eyebrows waxed. And so now I pluck them. It's clearly for, I don't know, 5 people. So occasionally I just want them to come out before they're ready to come out. And then we get in a fight. And then that happens. And then look at this. That is all clean clothes. So I'm doing real good about taking care of my house. So I'm fighting through, I guess, the start of the seasonal change. So I don't know, man. This is just what happens with the ADHD, right? Like I had that period of time a while back where I was vacuuming every single day and that felt amazing. And now, no, I don't do that. Maybe once a week if I'm lucky. And I forced myself. Yesterday I did all my laundry and I was looking at my bed and I felt off because season changed. So I just think I'm coming down with a cold or something. But I was looking at my bed and I needed to change my sheets because all my dogs, they sleep with me. So they're dirty. So I know that. I should change them at least once a week. So I was looking at my sheets. I was like, I should change these. And then one of my dogs peed on the bed and made the decision for me. So last night, instead of making the bed and sleeping on the bed, I slept on the couch. Because of course I did. So then, literally, like 2 seconds ago, I just made the bed. Because I was worried that if I was doing this and the dogs were in here, someone would pee on the bed. I didn't want them to pee on the mattress without the mattress cover on it. So now I've made the bed. So yeah, man, I've been playing softball and I've been working and I have been going to comedy shows. And I feel like that's the story of my life every single time I do this. I did go visit friends. We had our little reunion thing, and that was fun. I don't know. I keep talking about doing stand up and how I want to try it, and I was talking about doing it tomorrow, and I don't think I'm going to do it. But also, it's funny. It's just funny how we grew up in a different era, right? So I realized I've talked about it before. I grew up in a nice town in Northern Virginia. I just did, and I grew up in a time, an area where racism wasn't prevalent. It just wasn't, and this is really how I know that I was not lying. So this dude that went to school with me, and he left my high school. I don't know, like maybe sophomore or junior year. This guy was a bully. This guy was a white guy. He was a bully, Nicholas. Uh, but we didn't call him Nicholas. We called him Nick. And he was not a nice guy. I don't remember him being nice. He was popular, but he was a bully. His name was Nick Gurr. His name is Nick Gurr. His real name is Nick Gurr. And he was not bullied. And no one, we had to talk about this at our little mini reunion thing. And I was blown away that nobody correlated it to racism because that just wasn't where. It just wasn't a part of our story as kids. And that boy's name is Nick Gurr. And one, parents, wow. And two, like, how? And nobody did that. Nobody. And I did not hear the actual word. That was not the name Nick Gurr. I did not hear the actual word until I moved to Frederick 19 years ago. And so that just blew my mind and had me cackling because how? And he ended up the bully. So I had the mini reunion and that was really fun. We just sat outside talking. They drank. I did not. I still sober. Amazing, right? Amazing that I have now made it through one whole Trump presidency sober. That's not true. That was not true. I got sober in 2018. He was elected in 2016. So I made it through 3 years. Or I guess 2 years of his first presidency. And now here we are in Trump 2.0. And I'm still not drinking. It's amazing when you really don't want to do something, the excuses you won't make to drink. I've also decided today that I'm going to talk about pick me energy because there is a girl that I know. We are not friends. I do not like her. She had something bad happen because something bad. It's my ADHD is off. Like I am always overstimulated right now. I think I'm fighting seasonal depression. Close. I think I'm fighting it. I think I'm not losing, but I'm not winning. I think I'm just stimulated, not necessarily over, but I'm just on one. And so my ADHD doesn't want to do a lot of things. So I'm really picking and choosing. And, I've equated it before. I don't know if I've done it on this, but like the energy, the life thing on video games where when it's full, it's green. And then when you're dying, when it's dead, it goes from green to red. And then there's in between, there's like orange and yellow and whatever. And some days you wake up and it's in green and that's amazing. You can do all the things. But some days you wake up and you just wake up and you're all the way down here in orange. So you can only do so many things. And my ADHD is kind of having me like in the orange every day. So like if I go to work, then we've won, right? And if I do the things that I am committed to, then we've won. So that's kind of where I am right now. Which is also why I'm opening drawers because my brain is everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. This is why sometimes when I'm watching a movie, if someone thinks I'm not paying attention because I'm on my phone, the phone is what's making it so I can't pay attention. It's very strange. There's so much in the brain. It's hard in there. It's very loud. So much stuff. So in any case, this chick, right, had a bad thing happen to her. But oh, holy God, now everything is about this chick and the bad thing that happened to her. And it drives me nuts. Nuts! Because narcissism is real and I mean, not for nothing, but people really use it in a way that it's not like they just excuse bad relationships as narcissism all the time. I'm glad you can see him. See, most of the time you just date a douchebag or you date a bitch, and then they're like, "Oh my God, they're a narcissist." No, they're just selfish, and that's fine. But real narcissists are pretty gross, and they will make everything about them. And the pick me energy, and it doesn't surprise me that we don't get along because I don't suffer fools, and I'm not going to give you attention just to give you attention. Especially when it's fucking disgusting. And this chick just it's like Munchausen by proxy, but she wasn't making her daughter sick. It's just gross. And I just hate to see it. And it's in all things. And I am not the person. I was at a game and I watched someone close to me sit with someone that I know they don't like. And I don't do that. When I don't like you, I don't wish ill. I just don't need you at my table. Like, there are plenty of tables. You can go sit at a different one. I'm not going to wish you badly. I just don't need you at my table, right? And people do a lot of placating, and I'm just not that person. And I got manners. Like, I'll be please, thank you, excuse me, but I don't placate, and my face doesn't placate. It doesn't know how. Cuz I mean, I can't hide the insides on my outsides. Uh, but yeah, so I got to watch this girl who picked me shit all weekend instead of letting the attention be on the people that deserve the attention. I mean, not all weekend, but part of it. And it just grosses me out. And I'm glad that I'm not friends with her. And I'm glad I don't have to pretend to be friends with her because it's okay to let other people have the spotlight, and it's okay to let other people get attention, and it's okay to just say, this isn't my time. And it's not about me, because it doesn't always have to be about me. Because it's a big world and there's a lot of people. And I was listening to someone the other day, I think it was Bert Kreischer, and he was talking about how he didn't understand how some of this definitely got cut off and my hair just stopped. That was the whole thing. And he was saying how he didn't understand how everybody didn't feel like they were, like they didn't have main character energy. And I guess whoever he was talking to was like, well, everybody is the main character in their own story. Just everybody doesn't always act like it. And, you know, you just can't always be the star when everybody exists, because everybody does have their own story to write. This pick me bitch, man, I cannot stand her. It's disgusting. It's gross. And I'm sorry for the bad thing that happened to her. It sucks. I can't imagine. Luckily, I won't ever have to, as I don't have kids. That sucks. I can't imagine losing a child. I also can't imagine making it all about myself. But and using it for attention, because that's some pick me gross shit. And I just don't ever want to be that person. Oh, luckily I won't have to, because Marilyn will always have choice and I won't ever get pregnant again. But in any case, so that was yesterday. So that really grinds my gears. And then there's a new show. There's a new show. Welcome to Derry on HBO. I love being scared. It doesn't happen often because things aren't scary. The weather's turning. It's going to be cold. It's going to be real cold tomorrow. And right now it feels like it's like 30 degrees. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm not ready for it. I am a warm bunny and I don't like it. I don't like it. Luckily, this thing's going to drive me nuts. I just want to pick it. I just want to pick it and then it'll be worse. But I want to pick it and make it bleed. I want to pick it. So, I just want to be warm. And luckily, I got my oil refilled. And so we're here for the winter. Ew. So yeah, it's getting cold. It might flurry tomorrow. And I just want to, also, I don't know why more people don't joke about dying. It is my favorite thing to talk about. I can't wait to die. I'm going to sleep forever and it's going to be glorious and no one can wake me up. The dirt nap sounds amazing. And then people are like, what do you mean? You don't want to? I'm like, no, I don't want to die. But when I do die, you can't wake me up. Leave a message at nowhere, bitch, because I'm dead. I'm dead. And you can't bother me, and my dogs can't bother me, and the sirens can't bother me, and I won't have any houses to clean. No one can bother me. I'm just going to be dead. Gonna be dead. I don't know what I was talking about. Show. So I love being scared. In 4th grade at Katie Kane's house. Hello, Katie. I don't think you watched this, but hello, Katie, if you do. So in 4th grade at Katie Kane's house, I went over there for a sleepover and we watched it, the original It with Tim Curry as It. I am afraid of clowns at 43 years old because of the movie It. Hashtag in 1 month and 5 days, I will be 44. So that movie laid the groundwork for me being afraid of clowns my entire life. Not so much the glowing spider thing at the end, though. So gay. But afraid of that movie my entire life. So flash forward, and they remade the movies, right? And the remakes are sick. So sick. 1 was scary. 2, scarier. Now they've come out with the show Welcome to Derry. It is fantastic, and I love it, and it makes my skin crawl. And last night, I literally yelled. I definitely just drooled getting so excited. I don't know if you saw that, but we did it. Sometimes I drool in my sleep. And I don't know why this happens, but if you have you ever done this? So when I drool in my sleep, I don't drool a little bit. It is my entire face. I wake up and it is all of this. Like it's not like you wake up and it's a dribble. I wake up and the entire side of my face has decided I am the swamp thing and I am wet. And I don't know how it takes for the entirety of my face to be wet before I acknowledge that I am drooling. So in the show last night, little black kid went to exam and he thought he saw something out of the corner of his eye and he ran to find out in the room. And I literally yelled at the television, "Don't! That's dumb white people shit." Because white people always, I'm betting there's clouds. I'm just going to say there's clouds because it's windy. So, yes, welcome to Dairy. Great show. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. It creeps me out. Creeps me out. And I have a high creep scale. One, because I am a creep. Two, because I watch scary movies and most of them are very, very dumb. To do it without just a lot of jump scares and a lot of bullshit and a lot of like chainsaw, silly, like jigsaw kind of stuff. As in the Saw movies, which I also love. But you know what I mean? So like it's a great show and I like it so much. And it's so fun to have a new show that there's no basis for. It's just fun. It's just really, really fun. Look at this. This is from St. Croix, my favorite place on the planet, which I'm not going to go to right now because the government shut down. Part one of the end of it happened last night because some of the Democratic senators crossed the line because they're bastards. 8 of them, as a matter of fact. So I guess there's some more steps I got to go through, but our airports are a bit of a mess because no one's paying the FAA. So TSA is not getting paid, neither the air traffic controller. So things just aren't going very well. So I won't be paying for a plane ticket anytime soon. But I miss them. And currently there is a naval. I'm going to call it a warship. It is a big old aircraft carrier. I did it. Do you know? No. So there's an aircraft carrier outside of St. Croix just in case we go to war with Venezuela. Because we're stopping the drugs out of Venezuela because they're a big drug country. Because no, they're not. No, they're not. That's Colombia. Mexico, not Venezuela. But that's okay because we want their oil. So, yeah, the political world right now. I mean, I made it that long not talking about Are You Proud of Me? So we've been in a shutdown for 40 days. We're in the process now of ending it because Democrats are bitches. And they shouldn't have done it. They held out this long and they should have held out longer because healthcare. And for anybody who listens to this who's going to tell me I'm wrong, I'm not. I'm not wrong. And I'm not uninformed. And I don't not read. And I'm not reading the fake news. And I've had all these people coming on my Facebook page recently telling me that shit and just fuck off. Fuck off. I make it a point to be informed because a lot of these decisions affect my life. One, because I'm a woman. So a lot of my choices try to get made for me because I have a vagina. But for some reason, when I talk or type, like the second words come past my labia, it just makes them not go to the ears of men and then they think I'm stupid. So this is going to affect the healthcare. That's what they were trying to stop. As of November, the tax subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, because they're the same thing, and no, it's not the best possible option out there, but we don't have universal health care. We should. I played this game with Russ the other night on the way to my nephew's varsity football game, which he made first team all district. Bam! That boy is a stud. Team was terrible. He's a stud. I'll take it all day. So, we were driving down there and I was playing the game because fucking people are stupid and they don't read and they don't listen and they just hear a word and that's what they go with, right? And so this guy Mamdani was voted mayor of New York City and I woke up Wednesday so happy last week because Trump and his people are doing a lot to the country that people are mad at and they're afraid of and it's bad, right? And there were a lot of elections that mattered on Tuesday and people spoke and they spoke in the opposite direction. And Mamdani is huge for New York City. For New York City, you idiots. People that are so mad and so afraid. The only people that are really afraid are billionaires. And if every billionaire is afraid of one man and you're not a billionaire, I need you to know you should be siding with the man. That's just the way it works. If everybody who has all of the money that you will never have because you're a poor, God help Tom Segura, you are a poor. The poors generally don't climb out of that situation unless they are very smart, very talented, or very good looking. But most of you poors are ugly and stupid and lazy. You're not going to be a billionaire, right? And so stop siding with them. So all these billionaires wanted to stop Mamdani from getting elected because what he wants are social programs. It's amazing what that man wants, right? We pay all these tax dollars and they don't actually help us. So what he wants are those tax dollars to actually work for the people. He wants free buses, not socialism. That is a social program. He wants free childcare, not socialism, a social program. And he wants controlled housing costs, which that to me is just common sense because what they're doing is outrageous. So I was telling Russ, we were driving down to Northern Virginia and I was like, we're going to play a game. I was like, no, what are cops? And he looked at me and smiled and he was like, social program. I was like, that's right. That's a social program. And what are firefighters, right? Social program. What are the people who fix the roads? That's a social program, right? Public education. That's a social program, not socialism. It is a social program. Now, if we had free state college like they used to before Reagan, right? Social program. If we had free trade schools, social program. If we had free childcare, that could be a social program. And if we had universal health care, which everybody should be able to go to the doctor without losing all of their money because they got sick, social program. These are things that people should just have. Not socialism. Capitalism still exists. You work hard, you make money. You work harder than me, you make more money than me. But these social programs exist because we pay taxes and we deserve for our taxes to work for us. We don't deserve for Argentina to get $40 billion for a bailout where our farmers literally are going bankrupt and they are telling our people who are poor, who need help with food, that they can't get the money. Also, here's part of the problem, I think, is that, and I've talked about this before, is that the middle lower class doesn't, they make too much money to get any assistance. So they cannot get SNAP, WIC, Medicaid, right? But they don't make enough to really be well off. So they still struggle. So that is a problem. I think part of the other thing is that they think these social programs aren't for them. It's like they think that if we create a narrative where there's universal health care, it only benefits the poor people. Or if we have free childcare, it only benefits the poor people. I don't have children. I love an abortion. They're fantastic. I have used my right to choose. I still pay into public education with taxes. I have never had my house catch fire. Please and thank you. I still pay into firefighters because I pay taxes. I generally don't create potholes with my car in theory. You know, like I don't get in car accidents that cause gigantic holes in the ground that then have to be fixed. But I still pay into, do you know what I mean? I still pay into things that I don't ever use. I have programs that I could pay into that I could actually use. And I don't know why we don't see that. Our money goes to just things that we don't use. And then I said this to a guy and he was like, well, where is that money going to come from? Like the higher education? And I was like, well, I've got this really novel idea for you. I think we should tax the rich, right? And he was like, well, I guess you're one of those people, right? Like if we had someone who was rich enough that they could afford to pay all of it and then nobody else would have to, they shouldn't. I was like, no, that's not fair, man. My ADHD has a justice card punched. There's a lot of gray in this world, but if it is black and white, it's black and white. And I believe in fairness. I believe that everybody should pay the exact same rate. Now, whether that's 2%, 5%, 10%, whatever, everybody pays it. Everybody. From the poor's, Tom Segura, all the way up to the top class. Everybody pays it. Whatever it is, everybody pays it. But here is the rub, is that the top pays it. They don't get tax breaks. They don't get write-offs. They don't get kickbacks. They pay it. So whatever they make, they pay that percentage off of. That's how that works. Everybody pays. And Mamdani, man, in New York City, that man, that wonderful man, all he wants to do is take anybody who makes anything over $1 million, not under $1 million. If you make over $1 million, an extra 2%, $20,000. You're not going to feel that. You're not going to feel that. On $1 million, you're not going to feel $20,000. You're not going to feel that. On $1 billion, you're not going to feel $20 billion or $20 million. They don't feel that. It's too much money. You don't feel that. $20,000 to me would be huge. $20,000 out of $1 million, you're not going to feel that. They just need to pay their share. And I think that's what people don't understand. I don't want them to pay everything. It is ridiculous to me when people are like, if billionaires paid for this, they could stop world hunger. Look, man, we believe in free trade. We believe in free society, capitalism. You want to start a business and be rich? Cool, do that. I am here for it. Just pay your fair share. That's it. Pay something, because the person down the street making 80 grand a year is paying more in taxes than the person that's making $2 billion. And that's crazy, because they're not paying fucking anything, and they're getting government kickbacks. And like Walmart, not only do they not pay taxes, they don't pay their people enough to make a living wage so they can get SNAP benefits, right? And those people with SNAP benefits turn around and use those SNAP benefits to buy their groceries. And they get kickbacks from the government. Like, it is amazing to me that we don't say, just tax the rich. And it doesn't have to be in the extremes of like, take all their money. Just pay your fair share. Just, I bet that's the mail. Oh, Charlie will be 10 in 7 days. She is walking better. Her ACL, I'm not going to say it's healed because that would be silly, but it's better, which means I have to make vet appointments because now I don't feel like I'll be shamed. Except that I'm really behind on all my vet appointments because it wasn't important in my ADHD. And then Russ kept being like, you keep saying you're going to make an appointment. So then my brain was like, oh, well, now I'm definitely not going to make an appointment because he made the comment. You can't make the comment. Isn't it? You hear those nails? I need me so bad. I'm living in pitter patter. Let's get at her. I am living in Letterkenny and I can't stop it. And then I got home today. My Charlie is afraid of the sound of the radiators. And I guess when I left, she got mad. And so it got dark again. She scratched at the door frame. And so she tore off wood around the door frame because I guess I left her and the way the radiators were going. So that's neat. And I just told my little property manager lady to re-up my lease another 2 years because my little old house that's drafty and too warm. It's the most affordable place I've ever lived and will ever live in this area because housing prices, like, this place is $1,150 a month and it's been that for 7 years. Like, I can't afford to move. I don't want to afford to move. And it's got a fenced in backyard. Scratching the booty. Scratching the booty. So yeah, so they were fighting, the Democrats were just fighting to keep Medicaid, and to keep the tax break on the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, man, because subsidies are about to go up so much and the Republicans just can't. And so what the Republicans did was they froze SNAP because Donald Trump is a son of a bitch. He's such a bad man. And 8 of them crossed. They had the government shut down for 40 days and 8 of them crossed last night. They shouldn't have done it. They shouldn't have done it. They should have just held out and let the Republicans be the bad guys because they are the bad guys in this. And fucking Mike Johnson is holding the House hostage so that he can't release the Epstein files. And it boggles my mind. If I said it in my very first one of these, this is number 20. That's nuts. So in my very first one of these things, I said, people need to stop asking about the Epstein files because they don't care. They don't actually care. And I 100%, I was saying this to everybody who voted for Donald Trump because one of the premises of that man's entire platform when he ran was release the Epstein files. We need to see the Epstein files, release the Epstein files. Well, now it is 10 months after his inauguration. They still have not released the Epstein files. Of course they have not, because he's in them. And what did I say in my very first one? I said, I will tell you someone who is absolutely in those files. It is Donald Trump. So they still have not released them. Now Mike Johnson is holding the House hostage, so they can't release the files. I am in these sweatpants, these comfort sweatpants. I need everyone to go buy them. These are the best sweatpants I've ever owned. And every day I get home from work and I put them on. And I did laundry yesterday, so they're clean, but they are not always clean because I get home and I take off my work clothes and I put these bad boys on. And today I didn't work. I got my hair done and I got a pedicure and I've got super cute hot pink toes right now because it makes me happy to have pink toes and they're adorable. But yeah, so this administration is just gross. they have all these stories, videos of ICE, which I don't. Ugh, the new recruits for ICE manhandling, just slamming women, and like another thing on this stupid people, they platform on protecting women. Well, apparently only white women, and apparently only in bathrooms, and apparently only from transgender people, because they don't care about protecting anybody brown from fucking anything. Definitely not from the ground or from running them into windows. And it's gross what's happening here, and I hate it. I love this country so much, and I love where I live, and I hate that it feels grimy what the government is doing, and I hate that this country voted it in. I hate that this was the choice. That feels freaking awful too, right? Like, it was a choice. Not my choice. I never chose. I would never vote for Donald Trump. I like to emotionally cut by watching Grey's Anatomy. I don't like to politically cut by voting for people like Donald Trump. Also, I've got a uterus, and I consider it, I consider it going against my best interest voting for someone like that man. Even though I said it today to my friend, I was like, once a year, maybe twice, I get my hair done to remind myself I'm not a they, them. Because I'm just so bad at being a female. It's the worst. It is the worst. So this weekend, I have a tournament. Potentially, if my team sucks, I'm going to go to my other nephew's football game. He's got playoffs. He's a baddie. My nephews are so cute, and they're so good at sports, and they're such great kids. I've got my brain right now divided in half. And it's like half of it pays attention to everything that's going on politically, because I just don't want to not know. I don't want to be surprised. It's the same reason why after I watched The Handmaid's Tale, I got my gun back from my ex-husband, because I just wanted to know. And the other half of my brain over here is a half that really knows that I've got great friends, and I'm healthy, and I've got these dogs that are the best, worst things in my life. And I've got amazing family, and I'm loved, and my best friend is the best, and people care about me, and I have work, and it's consistent, and I am not struggling, right? Like, half my brain knows that the world is annoying. This country, this not country, this administration. I tore down a part of the fucking White House. Let me tell you, this fucking guy came on my Facebook page and was like, it wasn't a part of the White House. And he showed me, he said that the East Wing was not the White House. And I was like, cool. So if we go destroy the East Wing of Buckingham Palace, does that mean we didn't destroy part of Buckingham Palace? This fucking idiot. They talk to me like I'm stupid because I have labia. I swear to God. I swear to God, it's like vagina equals ignorant. It is amazing how these people think I'm stupid. So I have to literally compartmentalize into, I don't even know which brain does it, but part of my brain over here thinks, remembers, you have a really good life, and you can smile, and you can laugh, and you can have joy. And this one goes a lot. Like, it's running around. I don't know how to tell this story. All right, so when I moved to Frederick, I lived in an apartment for 2 years with my ex-husband, and we both smoked cigarettes at the time, and we had this big Home Depot orange bucket right on our patio, on our deck. We were the fourth floor apartment. And so we had this big bucket that we put our cigarette butts in because we weren't going to litter. And I'd gone to Virginia, and I'd gotten cigarettes, and Maryland had done fire safety cigarettes, but Virginia had not. And so I came home with the Virginia cigarettes, and I put my cigarette out in the bucket. And by that point, like, we didn't empty the bucket ever. We just kept adding to the bucket. And it was like a bloomin' onion on top. Like, this thing was full, and it was like a bloomin' onion. And I put the thing in, and I looked out a couple minutes later, and I saw smoke, and I lit the thing on fire with my non-fire safety cigarettes. And all I did, I'm so dumb, all I did, I shouldn't show you guys this, because I know I'm going to look like an asshole, but this is what I did, is seriously though, look at these sweatpants. Their pockets, oh, they're the best. So I literally just did this. I ran around going this, And I didn't say a word. I didn't say fire. My ex-husband was on the couch. I didn't say a word. I didn't say fire. I didn't scream. I just flailed. And then I ran to the kitchen. I grabbed a pot of water. And then I made every balcony below mine smell like, ashtray. And so that is what part of my brain is like all the time right now. It just feels like it's running around wanting to scream fire and being super annoyed. And I still say that everybody should stop paying taxes because this government is mishandling our money. I can't believe I just ran around like that. That is exactly what I did, though. I flailed. Sometimes, again, you wonder what you're going to be like in an emergency. I know! I'm terrible in an emergency. I'm not effective. I am super helpful if we get to plan. I am type A. I will be helpful. I will be in charge. I will herd the cats. I will micromanage. But if something just spur of the moment happens, I might just make a weird noise and flail. And then you're going to be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Fire. It was really bad. It was so bad. It was so, so bad. It only cost us $50 though to fix that deck. So bad. So dumb. In my defense, I wasn't even 30. So. Oh, it was so bad. So yeah, so that is how I live now. I don't know what I'm going to do this winter. I know I'm going to go to the batting cages a bunch because I figured out that I stopped swinging the bat when I connect with the ball, and you're not supposed to do that. When I miss the ball, I swing all the way around. But when I don't miss the ball, and I hit it, my swing stops at the ball. And that is not how you do it. You're supposed to swing through the ball like you're supposed to punch through the face. So I got to figure out how to fix that. So I'm going to go to the batting cages a bunch. I was going to say I'm going to figure out how to run fast. But no, I'm not. I'm going to stay a turtle. I'm going to stay a turtle, and I'm going to run like a turtle. When we did Halloween, we have to run with broomsticks because we just do fun stuff at the Sandlot. And one of my buddies was like, why do you run faster with a broom between your legs? And I was like, because the brooms are the great equalizer, because everyone is as slow as I am. I don't feel like I have to try. And so we're all slow, which makes me fast because now I'm not competing with anybody. And because there's no pressure, we're all the same. We're all the same. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just going to keep going to all the comedy shows because I can't stop buying tickets. I literally work to go giggle. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing right now in this environment. I feel like you really got to figure out your joy somewhere. I know that some people don't think anything is a big deal. And there are people out there that think that, the shit doesn't affect them. And my buddy, Max, was like, he said something, and I was like, man, you gotta talk about the people getting kidnapped by ICE and the citizens that are getting taken. You gotta talk about it because at some point someone's got to stand up and stop it. I keep waiting for the military to say enough is enough because I'm not strong enough and I don't have enough guns. And I really just, my uncles were generals a bazillion years ago, and I really wish that, I don't know, like a coup. I just want someone to say this isn't okay. Hilarious. Donald Trump wants a new Redskins stadium to be named after him. So that's going to be funny. I'm going to be highly entertained if people support that one. Fucking donkey. So yeah, I find ways to stay happy. And I'm not going to lie though. Honestly, I talk about politics and every one of these stupid things because it's on my mind. I stay informed. I do not shy away from it. I want to know. I don't let it ruin my life. I'm not letting it make me hateful. I have set a boundary with the way people get to talk to me on Facebook because I got pissed because I let people have discourse and conversations with me on there, and then they started getting it started becoming jerks, and they started talking to me poorly and putting me down. And then just fuck that, because one, I know who I'm friends with on Facebook, especially in this fucking town. I know that I'm smarter than 99% of them. I know that I am friends with idiots, and then they come at me talking to me like I'm stupid. Not today. So I set some boundaries, which makes it easier. But I'm not going to not be informed, and I'm not going to talk about what happens to people, especially when it's a crime. But I am going to giggle, and I'm going to spend as much time with my friends as I can. And I'm going to spend as much time with these dogs as I can. And I'm going to try to figure out how to not slide into some seasonal depression. And I know that that's going to have to look like putting away these clothes. I don't want to fucking do that though. Like that's last on my list. It's so much. So I need to go tanning. I went once last week. I need to pick that up because vitamin D does in fact stop every bit of fucking depression right in its goddamn tracks. So I need to start doing that. I want to do karaoke. I want to go sing. I like singing and I want to go do it. And I need to nap more. I need to enjoy this winter being in my house. I really do. So I need to rest because I haven't done much of that. But I don't know, man. Episode 20. It's been a minute. I'll try to. I don't know. I'll try to stay the exact same and do the shit when I need to do it and talk about the things I need to talk about and not change at all because this is me and this is who I am. And I mean, minus the blowout, which again, dope. She killed it. Thank you, Hannah Baker. Um, minus my dope pretty hair, which you're welcome for how I look today, minus this thing from my eyebrow. We get Dave the Man Save the Empire. Just keep talking about everything, and I've been donating money to a bunch of people. I want to win races, and then food banks, and I think this means I had too much money if I've been donating to all these things. But I like, sometimes besides giggling, sometimes it makes me feel good to pick a cause and help where I can because I don't know. I spent a lot of time wasting a lot of money on drugs and alcohol and gambling, and so now I try to give it to other things that might mean a little more. But I totally recommend Welcome to Dairy to everybody out there. Watch Welcome to Dairy, and by everybody out there, I mean like 30 of you. And then, yeah, hopefully, I will see you guys soon. But man, common sense when it comes to the news, common sense because they're both sides are full of shit. Both sides are gonna lie to you. Follow the money. If all of the money is saying something is bad, try to look at the other side because none of us are billionaires. They are taking our money. You gotta stop believing the people with all of the money. And I love how people are like, well, Bernie's got like, I don't know, a few $1,000,000. And he earned that off of books and he earned that off of property. And I get it. I get that everybody wants to hate Bernie. I'm a big fan. The more I learn about him, the more I like him. And him having a few $1,000,000 is a lot different than Elon being a fucking trillionaire. Trillionaire! In all the lifetimes of everybody on this planet, that man could not spend that kind of money. And I'm not mad at him. He earned it being a douchebag. But if he is trying to stop someone from being elected, you might think that there's a reason for that. And it might just be that that guy's a threat to everything that man does to make his money. So I'm just saying, for the people that ran on the premise of we're the party of common sense, y'all are looking real fucking stupid right now. So, yep, Dave the Man Saved the Empire. Thank you once again for coming and letting me talk out the loudness in my brain. God, 42 minutes! I was so close to being under 40. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.